All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. Today is Thursday, December 3rd, 2020. It is 7 p.m. and you're here in the West Valley Water District board meeting and opening session. With that being said, we have called this meeting to order. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. Young.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Young. Now we'd like to have the opening prayer. Tonight we have Pastor Champagne Marshall. Thank you, Pastor Marshall, for joining us this evening and bringing us an invocation.
All right, my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Maybe go into prayer. Dear gracious, kind Heavenly Father above, we're so thankful, dear Lord, that you have shown us favor this evening by bringing us to this meeting, dear Lord. We ask for a special blessing this evening. We know, dear Lord, that there are many challenges in our life at this time, but we know we have a consistent God in you. So we ask, dear Lord, as these men and women gathered this evening to be about business, we ask, dear Lord, that you give them wisdom and knowledge and clarity, dear Lord, that you give them good health so that they may be about the business of this task at hand, the city that they're working in, that you may bless them in a mighty and powerful way. We ask, dear Lord, that as this pandemic continues in our lives, dear Lord, that we continue to seek your wisdom and your guidance in every decision-making thing that we discuss this evening and in the future. So we thank you. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Hello? Hello? All right. Amen. With that being said, Ms. Mesa, can you call for the roll call?
Director Dr. Michael Taylor.
Present.
Director Greg Young.
Here.
Director Dr. Cooper Young.
Here.
Director Kyle Crawford.
Here.
President Shane Hawkins.
Here. Okay. Next up is adopting the agenda. You have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I so move.
So move. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion made by Dr. Young, seconded by Dr. Taylor. Call for the vote. Ms. Mesa?
Director Dr. Michael Taylor.
Yes.
Director Greg Young.
Yes.
Director Dr. Cooper Young.
Yes.
Vice President Kyle Crawford.
Yes.
President Shane Hawkins.
Yes. Okay. Next up, public participation.
Teleconference notice. In an effort to prevent the spread of COVID-19 and in accordance with the governor's executive order in 2920 and the order of the County of San Bernardino dated March 17, 2020, there will be no public location for attending this board meeting in person. Members of the public may listen and provide public comment via telephone by calling the following number and access code 888-475-4499, access code 807-977-6383, or you may join the meeting using Zoom by clicking the link. Public comment may also be submitted via Public Affairs Manager, Yasin Faruqi, and it is also available for public viewing at www.org.
Good evening, President Hawkins, members of the board, and as well as members of the public. It's a great day here at West Valley Water District. We have a lot of great things that are happening. I know we have a lot of students waiting online to receive recognition tonight for their poster contest awards that we have. But first, we do have public comment. For those that are online that would like to provide a public comment in regards to here at the district, please go ahead and unmute yourself. If you have a public comment, please go ahead and unmute yourself, or raise your hand virtually. Okay. I hear someone. Okay. We do have a public comment from Jean Peacock. Please convey the following message to the West Valley Water District Board. The floral arrangement that you sent me in remembrance of my husband, Walter S. Hawkins, was stunning. Thank you so much, and please know that your thoughtfulness during this difficult time is much appreciated. M. Jean Peacock, Professor of Psychology, Emeritus, Retirees Association Board of Directors. Then we also have a public comment that was just sent over a few minutes ago from Mr. Gary Grosich. Good evening, President Hawkins, members of the board. Gary Grosich, Chair of the Bloomington MAC, appointed by San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors to represent the 25,000 citizens and West Valley ratepayers that live in Bloomington. First, I'd like to thank West Valley Water District for partnering with one of our major nonprofits, the Olive Branch. Angela McLean and her volunteers are doing outstanding work in our community, and we're glad to see the West Valley Water District is collaborating with Olive Branch to improve conditions in our community. I would also like to let the board know the MAC members appreciate the continued participation of board member Greg Young and staff member Scott Olson in our monthly Zoom meetings held during the pandemic. It is important for all agencies in our area to continue dialogue on our areas of mutual interest and concern. In closing, I'd like to ask the board for some assistance in clarification regarding the West Valley Ratepayers Association. At a recent board meeting, I heard the former West Valley Water District board member, Linda Gonzalez, had been elected to the president of the Ratepayers Association. Over the past couple of years, I've been periodically asked about this group, and after hearing of this election, I tried to find out more information about the group, such as when and how often the meetings are held, how officers are elected, and whether the Ratepayers Association was registered as a political action committee, a 501c3, or as some other type of organization. Other than a few newspaper interviews with the previous president, Mr. Griggs, the only info I could find was an article talking about the inception of an organization and its founding members. In reading the article, I was surprised to learn that 3 of my colleagues on the Bloomington MAC, along with others I knew, were listed as founding members. I called them to try and get info about the association, and was shocked to hear that none of them were ever members and had never attended a meeting. In fact, several of them were disappointed to learn their names were used away without their knowledge or consent. As someone who has been a member of watchdog groups in the past, I'm in favor of legitimate groups who provide much-needed outside oversight. I also think that it's important for watchdog groups promoting transparency and openness within an organization to adhere to the same standards of transparency and openness they are experiencing with others. With that said, if any board member or staff member have information about the association that we can share with the 25,000 West Valley Water District ratepayers in Bloomington, it would be greatly appreciated. There may be residents in Bloomington that wish to join this organization when more information becomes public. Thanks in advance for your help and input on this matter. Gary Grosich.
The Ratepayers Association is separate and distinct group from West Valley, its employees or board of directors, and so we don't have any information regarding the operations of that particular organization. So, any other public comment?
If there is, I know we have a lot of folks online. Give me 1 second.
Yes.
Okay. We do, if you have a public comment that's not related to the poster contest, I know we do have some folks for the poster contest. But if you are here for a public comment, please go ahead and start now.
A general public comment.
A general public comment?
If you have something for a particular item, you can wait till that item is called.
If you have a public comment, now is the time.
Yes. I'd like to take a few moments to talk about the corrupt Clifford Young. Corrupt Clifford Young is being investigated for fraud upon our district. Did you know that corrupt Clifford Young held a campaign party at an expensive country club and charged the district for it? That is fraud, and corrupt Clifford did it. He bought expensive wine, expensive steaks for all his campaign friends. What are you as a board going to do about that? You hired a lawyer to investigate this, and his report says that corrupt Clifford defrauded the district. That report should be made public immediately. Who is hiding that report? Who is on this board? Who on this board is conspiring with corrupt Clifford Young to keep this report quiet? Corrupt Clifford Young charged several $1,000s of expensive wine and steaks to the ratepayers of this water district. Corrupt Clifford must be held accountable for his corrupt and illegal actions. Has corrupt Clifford threatened any of you to keep the report quiet? I hear he has threatened several members of the staff and board members. Corrupt Clifford Young is a bully and a crook. This board is complicit unless they take some action against this corrupt man. I understand the district attorney sent a letter to the district stating they were investigating corrupt Clifford for criminal complaints made against him. The district should make that letter public so everyone can see what a corrupt individual this man is. And corrupt Clifford Young was sued by many employees who alleged unethical and illegal acts against him. The district settled those cases for over $1 million to keep those employees quiet. Why? Why would you muzzle these whistleblowers? There should be a full accounting of all money the district spent defending and settling the Suzanne Cook lawsuit, the Matthew Litchfield case, the Karen Logue case, and there are so many more. I will raise these issues again at the next meeting. How many hundreds or thousands did the ratepayers have to pay to settle a Logue case? Over 100,000 as I understand it. What about the Litchfield, the former general manager that accused corrupt Clifford of illegal acts? What about Suzanne Cook, the former chief financial officer who accused corrupt Clifford of stealing money from the district? How many hundreds of thousands of ratepayers' money has been spent on the unethical and illegal actions of corrupt Clifford? This must be stopped. Corrupt Clifford must be stopped. I'd like to have the answers to my questions. The ratepayers of West Valley District deserve to know the level of corruption that corrupt Clifford is engaged in and its financial costs to the district. I will be back at the next meeting to see if you would answer any of my questions. And what about corrupt Clifford's partner in crime, Greg Young? I hear they vote the same way on almost every item. Why is Greg Young a co-conspirator in these illegal acts by corrupt Clifford? Is Greg Young an enabler? Why do they always vote together? Are they violating the Brown Act and talking before the meetings about how they will vote? This type of thing must stop. Greg Young, if you are not conspiring with corrupt Clifford, then call him out. Stand up for the ratepayers instead of your friend, corrupt Clifford. I look forward to being able to address you again. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your time, and I hope you do something about corrupt Clifford. It's unbelievable that corrupt Clifford and its co-conspirator, Greg Young, are able to get away with this type of thing. Please take a stand. Do something. Do something to keep the corrupt Clifford and his sidekick Greg Young from further damaging the district, both reputation and financially. And I can assure you.
Can we have the ratepayer identify your name for the rate record?
We, due to the 3 minutes, John went, Mr. Stevenson already went ahead.
Okay, all right, moving on. Any public comment?
If there is anyone else that would like to provide a public comment during this time, please go ahead and unmute yourself. I know we see Dr. June from San Bernardino Valley Water. Welcome, Dr. June. If you would like to make a comment, by all means, this is the time.
Just hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving, and it's nice to be here as usual. Thank you.
Okay.
With that, it seems that, there's anyone else? I know we have a few folks in here for the poster contest. Thank you so much for being here, but looks like that concludes public comment, Mr. President.
All right, let's get to the poster contest. I'm excited about it.
evening, everyone here that is in attendance, the board of directors, staff, and members of the public. We have our annual conservation poster calendar contest that we just ended 2 weeks ago. We have a lot of great posters that were submitted from folks throughout the district. This year was a very interesting year, considering the current pandemic that we're in. We weren't able to necessarily partner directly with some of the school districts that we have and some of the schools and teachers. We had to adapt to COVID-19, so we actually had a pickup distribution event on 2 days where students and parents and teachers would come by and would receive a bag that had included masks, face masks, hand sanitizers, crayons, paper. Some of them even they received calculators, pencils, pens, various different materials that right now is very useful for students as they are all distance learning during this time. With that, I'd like to go ahead if we can just start with the presentation. For preparation, we put together 2,000 bags here at the Water District. We had 27 staff from various different departments join together with social distancing, making sure we had our hand gloves on and our masks, sanitizers. We did everything we could to making sure that we did this in a safe environment, because this wasn't just to promote conservation, water conservation, but it was also to make sure that students in the community, children in the community, had the PPE supplies in order to stay safe during this pandemic. Over 1,500 students participated, elementary school students, grades 1 through 6. Actually, we did K through 6. I apologize about that. Were invited to participate. We did have 1,500 students that came in and picked up items. However, due to COVID, transportation issues, some weren't feeling well. They weren't able to come back and drop off all the items. However, it was great that we had students still email us, scan, take pictures of their posters, and it's interesting. It's great that we were able to adapt, and folks are able to adapt to the situation that we're in, and making sure that we still saw this to be the successful event that it's been every year. On October 27th and 28th, we kicked off our annual conservation calendar contest and had actually a Halloween-themed event where students were encouraged to attend and a safe drive-through event, contactless, where we would go ahead and they wouldn't be out of the vehicle. We would go ahead and give them their supplies necessary. But they would dress up in their Halloween costumes, and many of the students actually did, as you can see in the pictures. Next. From November 12th to the 19th, WVWD staff selected their favorite posters, and board members as well joined in the selecting which ones they deemed to be some of the best ones. Posters were judged on theme, creativity, and artistic expression. As you can see at the top there on the right, there are dozens and dozens of posters that we received, and it was just wonderful to see all the different posters that were designed with the different creativity and expression. Next. And now we are pleased to present the winners of the 2020 Conservation Poster Contest. And they'll be actually in next year's calendar that is already being put together and will be going to print shortly. And once it is ready to be distributed in early January, we'll make sure to let the public know, because I'll tell you, every year in customer service, we run out of these calendars because everyone loves them. Everyone loves them, and all the students, all the winners definitely will get extra copies. First, all right, so here, one of our winners is Enku Misumi, is grade 5 from Cordiac Elementary School. If we can just have staff and the board clap their hands for those that are here. So just so everyone knows, we do have the students participating on Zoom. They're here seeing your applause, but that's why I say let's just go ahead and show a round of applause, because they are in attendance here virtually. So congratulations, them two. Next, Diego Avila, grade 3 from Gerald A. Smith Elementary School. Next, we have Danny Pizzana, grade 4 from Zimmerman Elementary School.
Yeah, I voted for that one.
And that, you know, let's go back to that was really interesting, David, Danny, save the rain, stop the drain. So we're just making sure that we're thinking about, you know, what we do with our water. So go to the next. Everardo Valdivia, grade 3, Freeman Elementary School. Congratulations. Emma Jolie Velasquez, grade 4 from Trapp Elementary School. Feby Tejeda, grade 4, Morgan Elementary School. Next, Gabrielle Tivak, grade 6, Rialto Middle School. Jackson Martinez, grade 1, Hugh Banks Elementary School. Leah Gustafson, grade 4, Fitzgerald Elementary School. Lysandra Munoz, grade 4, Simpson Elementary School. Next, we have Via de la Cruz, grade 3, Morris Elementary School. Christopher Pastrana, grade 3, Curtis Elementary School. And here we want to congratulate every participant everyone that participated in this program, but most of all, the winners in the program. Just so everyone does know, every student that was participating was competing for a $50 gift card. Every winner and every teacher received a $50 gift card for their efforts and making sure, you know, the fact that they won. It's a great program, so we definitely appreciate all the teachers, the parents, the students, our staff, and the board for all the support in putting this program together. This took more than usual. It took a big effort, combined effort from all the staff and volunteers in making sure that we could put this on together. But definitely appreciate the support of the board in continuing this program, especially during this pandemic.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other members of the board want to say something about the poster contest?
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. How many kids participated in total? Do we know the number?
We had just over 1,500 that came by to pick up their packet. Not everyone was able to come back and return it just because parents are working, some were sick, just various different reasons. But we had just over 1,500 folks students that came by to pick up their packet. And, they were notified via email. They all received a letter as well, and also contacting local schools, and every participant lived within the district or attended a school within the district.
Oh, okay. And so how many actual returns did we get, responses?
We had I want to say 120.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's good.
That's very good. I got to tell you, I really like that one, save the rain, stop the drain. That's smart.
I like that one too.
I did.
Well, I
like
liked
that
all
one.
of them.
Well, I liked them all, but that one kind of stood out. So, well, just for me. But anyways, I just want to thank all the kids and their parents and stuff for letting them participate in this. It's important that they understand that, you know, in California, water is always an issue, and it's something that we need to look after and really take care of. So thank you to everyone who participated. Great job.
If I can just say real quick, not only thank you to everyone who participated, all the kids involved, and I know there was a lot with the parents and during this pandemic, but I also want to take an opportunity to thank Nasim and the rest of the staff for putting together the drive-through when we handed out all the supplies, and then when we collected all the stuff, and the other board members who participated in voting for the winners. I want to thank everybody that was involved. It was a great job by everybody.
Yeah, I just want to echo that. I forgot to mention staff, Nasim and his staff. And I'd just like to say thank them because it takes a lot of work to put this stuff together. It's not easy on top of everything else you got to do. So thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, Greg, did you want to say anything?
Just again, congratulations to everyone who participated, and to echo my colleagues and their appreciation for staff and all the efforts that go into this every year. And I know I, like Nasim and everyone else, I always get asked questions, when are the calendars coming out? I already have some requests from Fontana PD with my sister there. So tell them they're on their way. So, but congratulations to everybody, and thank you everyone for your hard work.
Yes, and I just want to echo what the rest of the board has said. I really want to thank our staff, because doing something like this during this pandemic, several of the board members were able to be there while the distribution and participate. And the kids were just elated and very happy to be able, and the parents. And so our staff really did an excellent job in coming together and volunteering, and not only putting it together, but also taking the time to educate the students and young people and their parents about water conservation and what it means. And I also want to thank the kids. I mean, I'm here. I appreciate each and every one of you. You did an excellent job. You're really creative. You're really great. And you should all be proud of yourself. So I see a few of you on there. Why don't you give yourself a big round of applause? All the kids that participate are online right now. Yeah, there you go. All right. And I also want to thank the parents, because I have some 2-year-olds and a 4-year-old. And I know my colleague Kyle, we have some young kids, so to get them to complete it and submit it, I want to thank the parents too for their support and making it happen. So thank you all. Thank you.
If I could just do one quick shout out, a thank you to, we had a number of teachers that came by and did the extra effort and collected all the items for their students and drove house to house delivering those items. We had a number of teachers doing that, so for those that did that, thank you very much, because going that extra effort, you definitely put a smile on those students' faces, so thank you very much.
Yes, thank all the teachers and educators who dedicated themselves and come making that extra effort.
If you are here for the poster contest, that does conclude the poster contest presentation. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to sharing the calendars with you when they are ready to print, and we will be sure to contact you. Thank you very much, and that concludes the poster contest presentation. You're able to log off now if you like, or continue joining us.
Okay. With that being said, the consent calendar is next. I do want to pull item number 6 for discussion.
I lost it. I want to pull
Which one?
item number 8.
Okay. Also, item number 8 for discussion. Any other items off the consent calendar?
Mr. President, I'll make the motion with the exception of item 8 and 6 that we move forward items 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay,
Second.
Wait, hold on, Mr. Member Hall has.
I have one comment to make on item number 11.
That's under business matters, Ricky. You're jumping ahead. We're not there, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I know, he's on.
All right. Mr. President, I still have my motion, and I believe it was seconded by Director Crawford. Greg.
Okay, all right. Ms. Mason?
Director Dr. Michael Taylor,
Yes.
Director Greg Young,
Yes.
Director Dr. Clifford Young,
Yes.
Vice President Crawford,
Yes.
President Hawkins,
Yes. Okay, with that being said, item number 6, I do want to bring that up. I want to make a brief statement, and then we also have a visitor with us, Dr. Dina Humble, Vice President of San Bernardino Valley College. So with this being said, I wanted to just make a brief statement regarding the MOU signing with San Bernardino Valley College. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I would like to share on the significant progress we continue to make at West Valley Water District. This week, Director Dr. Michael Taylor and I had the pleasure of signing a monumental partnership with San Bernardino Valley College, the first local partnership of many for our water technology, education, and jobs program. Through this partnership, our combined efforts will provide skills, training, and job placement in a steady growing field to the people of the Inland Empire. With our community still reeling from the coronavirus lockdown and still 639,000 jobs short of pre-COVID employment, this program could not have come at a better time for the Inland Empire. As you know, the water industry is facing a massive silver tide of skilled employees retire faster than their replacements can be hired and made available. In some water agencies, this has resulted in staffing vacancies of up to 50%. With the population and expected required services in our area rapidly growing, a skills gap, a world without enough water professionals, could become a potential issue if we do not take critical action now. This new partnership will not only provide water utilities like ours with personnel they need to fill important water management operations positions, but provide jobs, opportunity, and a future to our people in the time of need. Under the agreement, West Valley Water District and San Bernardino Valley College agreed to collaborate on a water technology and engineering program that will allow students to earn credits in addition to practical training. West Valley Water District will provide supervision and hands-on training for program participants, while San Bernardino Valley College will provide program instruction and school credit for aspiring water professionals. We especially are proud of this partnership with San Bernardino Valley College because it is like West Valley Water District and serves a diverse community. I am proud that this program will provide access to lasting, stable careers to veterans, women, and people of color. This competitive program has potential to make great strides at reducing inequality in our industry and ensuring equitable access to the opportunity to realize the American dream for all. West Valley Water District is lucky to have a partner in this endeavor like San Bernardino Valley College, who understands the gravity of economic and social challenges we face. Together, I am confident in our ability to ensure the future success of the Inland Empire and its citizens, and look forward to the future generations this partnership will empower in the years and decades to come. Thank you. I would like to now introduce Dr. Dina Humble, Vice President of San Bernardino Valley College, to share a few words this evening. Dr. Humble, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, President Hawkins, members of the board, members of the community. I'm honored to be here with you tonight, and on behalf of President Diana Rodriguez, we just want to express our appreciation and excitement with this signed partnership with West Valley Water District. We have at San Bernardino Valley College, in our mission, it's at our core to educate our students, educate the community, and see our students progress to the end of their goal into a successful career, not just a job. We have a lot of jobs that our students are in, but we are wanting them to have a successful career. And as President Hawkins mentioned, jobs in water are becoming more and more available with retirements in the field. And so education is very important in fulfilling those jobs. The commitment from West Valley Water District and the college to provide our students not only the curriculum, and classroom experience, but also the hands-on experience needed for our students to be successful and obtain those very valuable jobs and to start a career. So we just want to say thank you. We are excited about this partnership, and I know that it's only going to grow from here. And we're very happy to serve the community and work with you in this partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Humboldt. At this time, I'd also like to add, Dr. Taylor, when we signed the partnership, had some very apropos words regarding the role the community college plays in the training and development, and he told some of his personal story. And I just, a lot of folks haven't had the opportunity to hear about that, Dr. Taylor, and so if you feel comfortable in kind of giving your thoughts about the program and the project.
Channing, I'm always comfortable. Yeah, I do. It was quite a treat to be out there and be back at the community college. As you know, through my educational program, you might say, I started at the community college level and went full-time while I was working full-time, which can be difficult, and then transferred from there over to the universities that I went to get my various degrees. But I had a really good experience at the community college. I probably got one of the best educations at the entry level for university because the teachers tend to take their job extremely serious, and they're very active when it comes to making sure that their students are successful. But one of the things that I found with the community college is that it's extremely affordable, and there's so many programs out there for kids that are looking for opportunities to choose either academics or a career path. So you have either way to go. One of the things that I talked about the day that we were over there to cement the partnership is that this was a natural thing for me because as the chief of police for the city of Baldwin Park, we had run a police explorer program for many, many years and a police cadet program. And part of the program is mentoring young kids and young students, because as a cadet, you have to be a full-time college student. Most of them were in community colleges like Citrus, Rio Hondo, some of the various community colleges around the area where Baldwin Park is. And you have to maintain a certain level of academic quality. We like B's or better. That's what we always tell our cadets. And during that time, you're being mentored into law enforcement and you learn the job. I cannot tell you how happy I was as a captain, a commander, and a chief of police to hire several of these former explorers and police cadets who are still police officers to this day with fine careers, who were mentored by the Baldwin Park Police Department. In fact, a lot of them have transferred to other agencies. Just in the city of Rialto alone, there's probably, that I can think of, at least 12 to 15 police officers that were former Baldwin Park officers that have gone through Rialto and either retired Rialto or are still on there today. As a matter of fact, the chief of police, Mark Kling, is a former Rialto police chief and police commander. So the program is extremely beneficial, especially for the water district, like I talked about, with the retirements coming up. And I think that it's going to be a good embryo for other water districts and communities to look at their community colleges, if not come out here to San Bernardino, to replace their employees as they start to retire and they need new employees. Like I said, one of the things that I talked about when I first got into this business, if you will, I thought you just flush a toilet and turn a spigot on and that's water. And then I found out how truly complex it is with the engineering that goes into it and all the other nuances that are involved in water, the science, the chemicals. I mean, it's just it blew my mind when I found out what went into it. So all these things are stuff that's offered at the community college level and will make for a good career choice for future employees, especially for West Valley, if not other water districts throughout the Valley area, which we all live in. Thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate the time.
Okay, thank you very much.
We do have a presentation.
Oh,
Very, very brief.
okay, yeah, all right, absolutely.
Just wanted to show some pictures from the event the other day, so the public can see that as well as the other board members, if that's okay.
Yes.
Nassim, you did get our skinny sides, right?
What was that?
I said you did get our skinny sides, right?
Well,
I wasn't the photographer.
Okay, I'm going to take that as a firm no.
All right, so the Water Technology Engineering Program, overall, this is just a component to the overall program, the Career Pathways Program. That's one of the things that the program will encompass. However, in addition, the Career Pathways Program is also looking at making sure we have interns from high school through college and all various capacities of what a water district entails, accounting, finance, public affairs, administration. It's making sure that people know there is a career in water from all scopes. On Monday, December 1st, we did hold a groundbreaking ceremony to sign the MOU agreement between San Bernardino Valley College and the West Valley Water District. In attendance, we did have Diana Rodriguez, as well as Dina Humble, and Dr. Stephanie Houston, who is Vice Chair of the Board for the Governing Board for San Bernardino Community College District. As well, from West Valley Water District, we did have Director Michael Taylor and President Channing Hawkins and Acting General Manager and CFAO Ricky Manbahal, as well as the external affairs staff. Dr. Stephanie Houston, who actually is who's an assistant superintendent a trade for the San Bernardino County Superintendent Schools and the ROP programs and career training programs for high schools that we will be coordinating with as we continue developing this program with San Bernardino Valley Community College. President Hawkins spoke about the increase in unemployment and 639,000 jobs throughout Southern California that are currently unemployed, and how we need to go ahead and fill the gap of skilled workforce as folks begin to retire within the water and wastewater industry. And we also have Director Michael Taylor in there, and you'll see here images where everyone is signing the agreement, the MOU, that formalizes this partnership between our both agencies that we look forward to continue having for many years to come. And that's the final shot that we had. Photo, I hope it's the skinny side, Dr. Taylor. But overall, this is an agreement that we've been working on with San Bernardino Valley College for many months now. Initially, the West Valley Water District Board of Directors approved the creation of the program on June 18th, 2020. So that was about 6 months ago now. So now we're able to formalize it with San Bernardino Valley College and be able to sign that. So tonight, while the board of directors approved the creation of the Career Pathways Program back in June, tonight you'll be ratifying the MOU that will formalize that as well. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
I move item number 6.
I'll second it.
All right, item number 6 has been moved and properly seconded. Ms. Mesa, call for the vote.
Dr. Michael Taylor?
Yes.
Director Grady Young?
Yes.
Director Dr. Clifford Young?
Yes.
Vice President Kyle Crawford?
Yes.
President Kenny Hawkins?
Yes. All right. Okay, so, thank you, Dr. Humble. Thank you very much for being with us this evening. All right, so it's approved and we're ready to go. All right, moving on, item number 8.
Mr. President, I'll make the motion that we push this through.
I will second the motion.
And who seconded?
Kyle?
Kyle, all right. The motion's been moved and properly seconded regarding item number 8, unless there's discussion. Ms. Mason, let's call for the vote.
Director Dr. Michael Taylor,
Yes.
Director Rick Young,
Abstain.
Director Dr. Chrissy Young,
No.
Vice President Kyle Folker,
Yes.
President Channing Hawkins,
Yes. Okay, moving on to business matters. Moving on to business matters. Item number 9.
Mr. President, discussion.
Okay.
I just like to say that I think that with the committees the way they are, I think they're set well. I also think it's a well balance. As far as you as president, Channing, I think you're doing a fine job. I really don't see any reason why to change anything as it stands right now. That's just my personal stance. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Are there any motions or any other discussion or?
I'd like to make a motion that we move item number 9 and just leave things as they are without any changes. That is my motion.
Item number
second.
9.
I'll second.
It's just item number 9 or 9, 10, and 11 as is.
9,
Or do
10,
we-
and
oh,
11.
item number 9, I
Let's
guess
do them all. 9, 10, and 11, everything stays as is.
Mr. President, if we can, I wouldn't have an issue if you want to take a vote on 9 and 11, but we do need to fill a new committee on 10.
Oh, okay, yes. The,
okay.
policy review.
All right, I'll amend my motion. I move that we move items number 9 and 11, not make any changes. And I believe Director Crowther had seconded my motion originally.
Yeah, no, that's good. So I know 10 we take up separately, so I'm good with that.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's the second.
All right. Okay, yes, we have the motion. It's been properly seconded. Mr. Manball has a comment.
I have a comment on item number 11 for our board's consideration. I am requesting that the board postpone or cancel the first meeting in January of 2021. Because of the holiday closure, it might be pretty challenging to get an agenda prepared timely to comply with the Brown Act for that meeting.
What are you asking for, Ricky? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, the next Thursday.
I'm requesting that we postpone or cancel the first meeting in January and move it to the second week of January, so we would have ample time to prepare the agenda.
All right, so basically, we're still going to have our 2 meetings. We're just going to move it 1 week.
Yes,
All right, I don't have a problem with that.
and it will be.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that because otherwise I think staff would have to come in during the holiday break to prepare the agenda and stuff. So I'm good with that.
Messes up stuff. All right,
Yeah.
I'll make
Okay.
the motion to amend item 11,
Mhm.
that we move it forward with the amendment that was suggested by Ricky.
Okay, all
Move it to the
right.
following week.
Yes, all right. So we have a properly made motion.
Can we repeat the motion?
Okay, the
Motion,
is-
I'll repeat it. The motion is, we're gonna
Okay.
move items 9 and 11 without any changes, except for on item 11, we're going to move the meeting to the following week, the week after, so staff has time to prepare for it, and it doesn't mess up anybody's holidays. That is my motion.
Okay, the motion's been made and properly seconded. Ms. Mason, call for the vote.
Director Dr.
Mr.
Michael Taylor,
Yes.
Yes.
Director Greg Young,
Wait, did somebody saying something?
Mr. President, I just wanted to make sure we were aware of who the second was, because it was a new motion.
Vice President Crowther, sorry.
Thank you.
I am totally confused.
No, well, okay.
Okay, I'll repeat it. I'll repeat it one more time, okay? I am making the motion that we move items 10 and 11 through with no changes, except for on item 11. Except for item 11, okay, 9 and 11, except for item 11, the only change is going to be is that the meeting will take place the following week. So it'll be the second week in January, not the first week. That's the only change, okay? That is my motion, and it was seconded by Director Crowther. Is you got all that, Director Young?
Yeah, I got it now.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Unless there's any other discussion, clarification, or something else, Ms. Mesa, call for the vote.
Well,
Director Dr.
Pres-
Michael Pam?
Yes.
Yes.
Director Greg Young?
Wait, was somebody saying something?
Yeah, I was just going to try to point out that, I mean, we're just adopting a calendar for the beginning of the year. Doesn't mean that we're not going to change it throughout the year.
Yeah, of course.
That's just
we can do anything we want, just right now.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Ms. Mesa, let's call for the vote.
Director Greg Young?
No.
Director Dr. Pepper Young?
No.
Vice President Cal Coulter?
Yes.
President Danny Hawkins?
Yes. Did you call Dr. Taylor?
I did, so I recall.
Yeah, I said
Oh.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
If nobody heard, it's a yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Moving on to item number 10.
There's a change, and let me find out what the change for item 10.
Is that on the compensations and policies board?
No, 10 is on the meeting.
On the meeting and adopt a resolution amending Schedule B, standing committees, and Schedule C, outside meeting ordinance.
There is the Western Coalition of Arab States is going out of business the end of this year. We have one more meeting. So they will lack of dues. So, huh?
Okay.
Can you repeat that, Cliff?
The Western what?
The Western Coalition of Arab States is going
out of business
as
of the end of this month.
Oh,
Their participation, them and Westcast, who are the same group, they're not having the type of participation that they need to maintain.
Okay, all right, so
that needs to be taken off the list.
Oh, okay, all right.
On page number 3 of that bill.
Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure, because I think the only problem I may have with this item number 10 is that, can I see the resolution again for item number, ordinance number, outside meetings, ordinance number 86, compensation and policies of the board?
You can, I just don't have it listed.
Okay, where is it?
Mr. President, Mr. President.
Yes.
Is this time sensitive? Item number 10, is it time sensitive?
Well, I just, because there's some issues related.
No, I'm just asking. Wait a minute, I'm asking, is it time sensitive?
No,
I don't think it is. Okay, why don't we just bring it back and give you time
let's bring it back.
Give you time to go over it. I mean, we're not in a rush. We don't want to push something as important as this through, just to push it through.
The intent was to present it to the board and have discussions and.
All right, well, Ricky, we're gonna.
Next meeting.
Ricky, we're gonna decide that we'll go ahead and just hold this off to another meeting and give everybody time to eat turkey and ham and digest it over the holidays.
And just keep in mind, gentlemen, we already voted for this 5-0. This is just to fill the new committee. That's the only reason this was put on the agenda.
Okay.
Mr. Young, Mr. Young, thank you. We are familiar with, that, you know, we did, initially, vote to look at this, but we're just having an opportunity, because it's not time sensitive, to make sure that, we review it and make sure we, discuss it properly. And so we just want to have an opportunity.
Mr. President?
As we vote on the committee, we put them there.
What are we delaying?
Mr. President, I make the motion that we bring this item back
Are we
at
just
another
voted to-
meeting.
No, we only voted for 9 and 11.
Mr. President, I'm making a motion that we bring this back to a later meeting.
Okay, do we have to, for postponing, I don't know if we have to call for a vote, to postpone the vote.
Why don't we just do it? Why don't we just do it in case? It's on. the
Yes, you
agenda.
you do need a vote to continue an item.
Yes. Okay, to continue, okay. So there's a motion on the floor, is there a second? I'm seconding it.
Thank you.
So, Ms. Mesa, there's to continue item number 10, there's a motion on the floor to continue it to a subsequent meeting.
Director Dr. Michael Taylor,
Yes.
Director Greg Young,
No.
Director Dr. Clifford Young,
No.
Vice President Carl Wilson,
Yes.
President Shannon Hawkins,
Yes. Okay, so we'll bring it back. Mr. Manbahar, make sure that item 86 is in the packet for next meeting so we can make sure we're voting on and everybody fully understands what we're voting on.
Will do.
Okay, all right. With that being said, let's get down to reports. Limited to 5 minutes max. Are there any reports by the board members?
Yes, I have one. You ready?
Yes.
You know, whoever that speaker was that came on, that ratepayer, and he talked about the Susan Cook, that's one of the reasons I called for the audit that we're going to have, because I want to lay all this out for the ratepayers. And I just happen to have a copy of the lawsuit. Something's very interesting here. I'm going to read it to you. And this is part of the lawsuit. This is in the body of the affidavit. And it says, on the heels of such praise, and after nearly 6 years of hard work and devotion to defendant, Water District, and this is Susan Cook, she's the plaintiff, Water District, plaintiff looked forward to a long and successful career as the CFO. Plaintiff's hopes proved short-lived, as almost immediately after a budget was approved by the board plaintiff observed a number of incidents where defendant Dr. Young flagrantly acted in contravenance to establish water district ordinances and provisions of the California Water Code. When the plaintiff alerted the general manager and other employees of the water district, as well as Dr. Young directly, of impermissibilities of these activities, plaintiff was terminated in retaliation for reporting her concerns. In or about June 2016, plaintiff was alerted by a member of her accounting team that defendant Dr. Young had submitted an expense report from a convention he had attended the previous February and had been reimbursed by the water district for an expense of one of the district's consultants who had also attended the convention. Plaintiff was informed that Dr. Young had paid the consultant's hotel bill with his own credit card in order to receive Marriott reward points, but he had neglected to inform the consultant as much, and therefore both Dr. Young and the consultant had been reimbursed for the same expense. The board secretary then came to the plaintiff and informed her that the consultant wished to write a check to the district for the amount of the hotel bill, and this is what Dr. Young had advised. Appropriate conduct for the members of the board of directors is set forth in board promulgated ordinances. Shocked that Dr. Young would purposely violate the code of conduct for personal benefit by impermissibly expensing travel costs that he did not personally incur. Plaintiffs immediately informed accounting personnel and the board secretary that Dr. Young had not followed proper procedures. The board secretary then relayed to Dr. Young was plaintiff had told her that per district policy as set by board of directors ordinance, he should not have paid for consultant's expenses. Plaintiff then informed the board secretary and the consultant that in order to smoothly rectify the situation, she wanted the consultant to reimburse Dr. Young for the cost of the hotel rather than the district directly, and the same amount would then be deducted from Dr. Young's next expense check. Upon plaintiff's admonition of relayed through the board secretary, Dr. Young became very upset, insisted his call be transferred to plaintiff, after which he began yelling at plaintiff that in no way should the consultant pay him, and how would that look? A consultant pay me back? Plaintiff again reiterated that Dr. Young had acted impermissibly as plaintiff began to tell Dr. Young that he could not do this again. Moving forward, Dr. Young cut her off, snapping, "I know all of the should haves. The consultant will pay the district back." Thank you very much for your time.
Okay. Okay, any, other comments?
Yes, Mr. President. I just want to,
Yeah.
sorry, am I good?
Yeah.
Sorry. I just, again, want to thank all the kids and everyone for coming out and, again, working with us on our annual calendar, contest. Also, I do want to thank staff and external affairs for the event with the Olive Branch. I got quite a few positive comments from folks in Bloomington, and I hope this is the beginning of many, many more adventures with them. Bloomington doesn't have a lot of these types of services, so I think us partnering with them is making a really big impact, and I've received a lot of very complimentary calls about the event. I know we kind of had to put it together a little bit on the fly, but I have heard a lot of really good things. So I just want to thank Nassim and his team. And then, we had a very interesting speaker earlier who, wants to, I'm just going to call him the corrupt attacker, because he neglected to even mention if he was even a ratepayer or even what his name was. And I always find it really humorous when you get these drive-by attackers, most of whom don't actually live in the district, attacking people's board records without actually checking them. And he even admitted that he didn't know what my voting record is, because if you'd actually check, you'd find that I break with Director Young far more than some of my colleagues break with each other. So you might want to do your homework before you get up here and try to smear board members for partisan political tricks. And it's really sad and unfortunate that we're still way over a year away from the next election, but it's already abundantly clear that certain folks are already drawing lines. And it's sad. It's unfortunate. We should be working together to solve the problems of this district instead of just trying to get ready for the next election, which appears as though with this night and the last meeting we have is in full swing. So buckle up, folks. It's going to get ugly, but some people just have to play out their revenge cards, I guess. Finally, I just want to thank everybody. I've gotten a lot of really nice messages from both staff and other electeds, people in the community about my fight with COVID-19. Good news, I just got clearance late this afternoon to return to work, so I actually was able to get back in the office for about an hour, hour and a half before the meeting to start the very long process of catching up on what I've missed over the last 5 weeks. But this has been a very interesting experience. I still have a little bit of a cough that I'm told may linger for a while. So if you see me around, I'm coughing. Don't worry. I'm told I'm not contagious. Just that sometimes these symptoms can linger long after the virus has worked its way through your body, is from what I'm told. So unfortunately, I didn't recover as quickly as some people do. I have one of those long lingers, as they call them, but I am feeling much better this week. Finally got on some medication, which seemed to help me turn the corner finally after 5 very grueling weeks. And again, I just want to thank everyone who reached out to me and have inquired about my progress. And I look forward to being back in person, probably at the next meeting. I thought I'd give it another couple weeks just for good measure, but anxious to get back to working on behalf of the ratepayers who we're supposed to be here to work for. I just again want to thank all the people who reached out and expressed their concerns and prayers for my recovery. So thank you very much.
Okay. Any other comments by any other members of the board of directors? Okay. Well, I do want to make a brief comment regarding this evening. I'm not going to go into it long and drawn out, but I will say this regarding tonight, and I want to thank First Vice President Kyle Father, and I want to thank Dr. Taylor for their support and voting for me to stay as the president here at West Valley Water District. Even though I'm the newest member of the board, they putting their confidence in the direction that the board is going to is very important and is not something that I take lightly. Both of them have proven themselves to be individuals who act with integrity and honor and have done a good job in changing the district. I also want to thank Dr. Young and Greg Young for their participation, because I know this time last year they weren't participating in committees, and now for the last year they've been actively participating and giving their voice to a range of issues. They also, have been along with what we've done over the course of last year in ratifying our budget and approving several items relating to reforms. And I'm glad that they've found themselves in a position where they've come along as far as wanting to change the district as well. When I have probably more to say about it next meeting, but if you remember what this room was like December 5th of 2019, if you remember the issues that were swirling at this agency, whether it was our employees, whether it was members of our community, whether it was what we were doing here at the agency. And in less than a year, look at where we've come. Look at all of the obstacles we have overcome together as a West Valley family in addressing whether they with issues of transparency and, this time last year, being able to go online, because since the Facebook age, this agency had not been online. But now it is something that all can see. Dr. June she's a routine person who comes here, but now she can watch from the convenience of her home. Accountability, when you look at what has occurred as far as settling cases, bringing our agency's fiscal policies in line. When you look at jobs, the MOU signing with San Bernardino Valley College. If you look at where the employees are, where they ratified a contract with their union and they agreed with terms to the district that are fair, that are transparent. When we look at our executive leadership and who we're bringing here, their level of qualifications, they're above reproach. This agency has done a whole lot. As a matter of fact, one of the key things that this agency has done is participate in the Special District Leadership Foundation. Now, I know every board member hasn't been able in the course of the last year to find an opportunity to participate in the organization being subjected to objective best practices in the industry standard, in the industry. And our agency has been able to go through the Special District Leadership Foundation program and has done an excellent job. And there are board members who have participated, and there are others who have not, for whatever reasons, had the time. And now, as we go into this next year, we're going to have an opportunity to not just deal with what has happened in the past and cleaning up, but now to talk about what the future of this agency looks like. Where are we going to go? How are we going to fund the Romer project? How are we going to expand opportunity in this local community? And how are we going to become an agency that serves as a model for other organizations like ours? Some people probably will come kicking and screaming, and for the rest of us, we'll continue to lead and come to work, be professional, do our jobs, and show our commitment to the public. I want to thank all of you for what you've done, particularly our staff who has been through so much over the last several years and who have stuck by this organization and have done their best to make sure that it continues to perform its function and continue to serve the people of West Valley. So, thank you for putting me in as another year as the chair. Thank you to particularly Vice President Crowther, who has been an agent of change at this agency, an agent of calm, and has been resolute and principled in how he's done things and how he's gone about his business, and is somebody who I have truly grown to respect and honor for their commitment to serving the public. So, with that being said, that's my comment. If anyone else has something, I think we have the general manager or the acting general manager in this case, to make any comments. If not, or legal counsel, general manager, I don't know why we...
Just one quick comment. Thank you, President Hawkins. Want to remind everyone that we do have the holiday season, and we have our Christmas gift donation boxes around the district. Another display of Public Affairs Department and their continued contribution or commitment to put smiles on people's faces that's not so fortunate during the holiday season. So I encourage everyone to drop something off and put a smile on someone's face during the holiday season. Thank the board for their continued support in making our district a better place to be. And thank staff for doing their part in supporting the board's mission. Good night.
Okay, Mr. General Counsel.
Thank you, Mr. President. The board considered several items in closed session. I received direction to retain an outside counsel to defend the West Valley Water District in a new case that was filed, Patricia Romero v. West Valley Water District. That concludes my report.
Okay, thank you very much. Move to adjourn.
Second.
Or just one down. All right, good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Don't forget to jack the doctor.
Hold on.